Beth Brown from the Tennessee Education Association has been joining us tonight as we talk about the state of education in our schools in the year 2022 as we all start off this new semester, starting late for a lot of folks because of COVID, because of weather, you name it, it's happened. We're all kind of getting used to it this year. Beth, the legislative session starts tomorrow. You talked about a lengthy agenda, an aggressive agenda of what you would like to see happen. Let's talk about how parents can play a role in that, because we really do have to be in this together.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as I reflected, we talked a lot during this hour about the pandemic and how things have changed since the onset of the pandemic and what we've learned. One of the things that's most striking to me is, you know, in the spring of 2020, when the pandemic struck, there was a real sense of camaraderie and support and unity between educators and parents. And it feels like over the past couple of years that has kind of unraveled. And I can't tell you exactly the reason for that. It could be partly due to pandemic fatigue. But it is going to be critical that educators and parents and families and communities come together and demand from our Tennessee General Assembly the funding, not just in terms of a formula, but in terms of the dollars for our public schools that our students deserve, that our families deserve, that our communities deserve. Governor Lee has stated on more than one occasion that he wants Tennessee to be the best place in which to teach, learn, and live. And I'm still expecting him to keep that promise. And the members of the General Assembly have a real opportunity to do that, to show their commitment to Tennessee students by investing in them. And it's going to take parents and educators working together, speaking in concert to reinforce that demand of our legislators.
You know, it seems to me with the BEP up for the overhaul, this is a critical year to get things done when it comes to education funding. Like this is a moment that we may not get for a very long time. Do you feel that way?
Absolutely, I absolutely feel that sense of urgency. You know, the last time that our funding formula saw this level of overhaul was in 1992. I was in elementary school in 1992, so we're talking about potentially a once-in-a-career opportunity for educators. This is a generational opportunity, and you know, educators, we're the same educators who were in the classrooms in March of 2020 who were scrambling to figure out how to continue to feed our students, how to provide instructional materials to our students. The educators have not changed. Our commitment to our students has not changed. We welcome parental support. We need parental support as we take advantage of this once-in-a-generation opportunity.
With that said, are there any rallies planned? Is there anything that people can do, literally can do, write letters, show up to a rally that will help?
Well, as far as the rally, you know, we are still in the midst of a pandemic. So bringing folks together, especially right now with this Omicron variant that is as much more transmissible, is probably not in the foreseeable future. We are in the planning stages of creating opportunities for educators, for parents to engage with their legislators around critical education topics, and we will be sharing those via our website and social media channels in the coming weeks.
And what is your message to teachers as we wrap up? And you know, as you said, many are saying this is their hardest year yet. 2020, no. 2021, no. This year is their hardest year yet. What's your message to them?
I see you. I see the effort. I see the commitment that you demonstrate on a daily basis to make sure that our students are fed, that they are safe, that they are getting instruction, that they're getting the kinds of supports that they need in order to love learning. You know, I work every day on your behalf because you are in our buildings educating our students. There is no greater calling, in my opinion, and I'm a little biased, than being an educator. It is such a critical role in our society. Education is the cornerstone of our democracy, and you are the folks who are keeping that democracy alive by committing yourselves to our profession and to our students, to our children, to our future. And so I thank you. It's not enough, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you for what you do every single day for every single student in every single public school in our state of Tennessee. I appreciate you and I honor you so much.
We have 2 minutes before we need to wrap things up, but I wonder, with the legislative session starting tomorrow, as the head of TEA, what does that look like for you? What will you be doing over the next few weeks?
Well, I was looking this afternoon to see what committee meetings are scheduled. We'll be reaching out to our members to connect them with legislators. The TEA stays in constant communication with members of the General Assembly. I can't tell you that I will be over at Cordell Hall every single day, but we are in constant communication with legislators all across the state, and we work with our members to get them connected, because it's educators, it's parents back in the districts at home that these legislators are accountable to. And so when going back to that point about how can parents and educators work together, I'll just be quite frank, most of those legislators, they don't care what Beth Brown from Grundy County thinks, because she can't vote for them, but they do care what the educators and families and voters in their districts think. And so I think I would like to end with just this call to talk to your legislator, talk to your representative, to your senator, talk to them about what your students' educational needs are, what are their mental and social emotional health needs, how can the members of the General Assembly fund public schools that will be great for all Tennessee students, regardless of their communities, regardless of their zip codes.
And that's a good way to end it. Beth, thank you as always for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, good luck tomorrow. We'll be watching.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break, then I'll tell you what's coming up the rest of the week. Stay with us.